Human experiments. After Hiruzen's team broke apart, Orochimaru, still one of the Leaf's elite ninjas at the time, got recruited into the Anbu, the village's top-secret Black Ops squad. These guys handled the dirtiest, most dangerous missions, stuff regular shinobi couldn't even talk about. But see, Orochimaru didn't join because he wanted to protect the village. This man joined because he wanted access. Access to restricted info, rare resources, and test subjects for his twisted obsession, immortality, and forbidden jutsu research. While working under Danzō Shimura, the cold-blooded leader of Root, Anbu's underground branch, things got even darker. Root operated by one rule: protect the village at any cost, even if it meant killing every last bit of humanity in the process. And Danzō, being the ruthless bastard he was, saw Orochimaru's potential right away. Instead of stopping him, he straight up gave the man a green light. Under Danzō's silent approval, Orochimaru began his real work, running illegal human experiments deep in the shadows. He used civilians, rogue shinobi, even Leaf Ninja, anyone he could get his hands on, as lab rats. Each experiment was another step toward his dream of living forever, of mastering powers no one else dared to touch. He wasn't just crossing moral lines, he was obliterating them. Everything he did was cold, calculated, and totally inhuman. With Danzō backing him, Orochimaru became unstoppable, the perfect mix of genius and pure evil. One of Orochimaru's most messed up experiments was when he straight up kidnapped 60 innocent kids. Yeah, 60. He injected them with cells from the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, trying to recreate the legendary wood release, the jutsu that could literally bend nature itself and overpower any other chakra style. The process was absolutely brutal. He directly implanted Hashirama's cells into their tiny bodies, and those fragile kids just couldn't handle it. The cells were too powerful, too wild, and their bodies couldn't adapt. One by one, they all died, 59 kids gone, all because Orochimaru wanted to play God. Only one kid survived, and Orochimaru didn't even notice. He walked away thinking the whole thing was a total failure. That one survivor? Yeah, that's Yamato. But Orochimaru didn't stop there. He experimented on Kimimaro of the Kaguya clan and Jugo, trying to understand the source of Jugo's insane natural energy. From that, he created the Cursed Seal, a jutsu that injects senjutsu chakra directly into someone's body. Sounds powerful, right? Yeah, but it was pure torture. The technique shredded your body from the inside out, broke your mind, and left you half dead. Most of the test subjects didn't make it. They straight up died in agony. The first person to actually survive that horror show was Anko. The curse mark gave people insane temporary power, but at a disgusting cost: pain, corruption, and a slow loss of their humanity. And bro, Orochimaru still wasn't done. He teamed up with this scientist named Amachi, and together they started kidnapping villagers from the land of the sea, experimenting on them to create shinobi who could fight underwater. Most of them either died or ended up horribly deformed, broken beyond saving. Everywhere he went, Orochimaru left death and suffering behind. His experiments didn't just destroy lives, they tore apart entire communities, leaving scars that would never heal. To that man, anything alive, kid, ninja, villager, didn't matter, was just another lab rat for his twisted science. Hold up, we want to say thank you for supporting AnimeZONE. Every like, share, and subscribe from you is a huge motivation for us to keep creating in-depth, detailed videos like this one. If you don't forget to comment on what we should do next in our video, we read every single comment. Now. Massacre of Iburi clan. After the third Hokage, Hiruzen, finally caught Orochimaru red-handed doing his illegal experiments, the snake freak got badly injured and had to dip from Konoha. He was on the run, weak, desperate, but still dangerous as hell. While hiding, he stumbled into a remote cave, the home of the Iburi clan, a tiny group of people with a super rare ability. They could literally turn their bodies into smoke. Sounds cool, right? Except their power was totally unstable, one wrong move, and they'd just dissolve and die. Orochimaru had actually studied them before, trying to help stabilize their power using his Cursed Seal experiments. But, like always, his help ended in disaster, a pile of bodies and broken people. Most of the clan members died because their bodies couldn't handle the transformations. Now, fresh off his escape and still bleeding out, Orochimaru came back to that same clan, not for redemption, but for survival. He found Yukimi, the youngest member of the Iburi, and decided her blood might just be the key to temporarily using their smoke ability himself. The dude literally thought, if I can steal her power, I can vanish into smoke and get away. So what did he do? He went full monster mode, slaughtered the entire Iburi clan, every last one of them gone. No mercy, no hesitation, no witnesses. It was fast, cold, and efficient, just pure survival instinct mixed with his usual cruelty. But right before he could actually use Yukimi's blood, Kakashi Hatake and Kino, from Root, showed up and started hunting him down. Orochimaru was forced to abandon his plan and escape, again, leaving behind another massacre that nobody but him could have caused. That's the kind of man he was. Even half dead, this dude was still out here committing atrocities like it was nothing. To Orochimaru, killing a whole clan was just another step on his twisted path to power. Manipulating Kabuto. So here's how deep Orochimaru's evil really goes. After being assigned by Danzō Shimura, Orochimaru was sent on a dark mission to Iwagakure. The goal was to make sure Kabuto Yakushi and his caretaker, Nono, killed each other. Both of them had become a liability for Root. They just knew way too many secrets. But instead of following orders, Orochimaru decided to twist the whole situation for his own gain. He snatched Kabuto away and brought him to one of his secret underground bases, which later became part of Otogakure, the hidden sound village. There, Orochimaru dropped the truth bomb. Root had set them up. Danzō arranged the entire mission just to get rid of Kabuto and Nono, forcing them into a no-win situation where one would have to kill the other. And after that, Orochimaru himself was supposed to kill whoever survived. But the snake had other plans. He told Kabuto everything, and instead of killing him, he offered the kid a deal. Orochimaru said he saw potential in him. This was a scared, broken orphan, a kid who just lost his only family and purpose, and Orochimaru used that. He promised Kabuto a new identity, a new purpose, manipulating him with fake compassion and cold precision. Slowly, he got inside Kabuto's head, rebuilding his confidence while secretly destroying his sense of self. And it worked perfectly. Kabuto, who had once been an independent, kind-hearted medical ninja and spy, got completely pulled into Orochimaru's world. He became his right-hand man, his personal assistant, and even his lab partner in all those twisted, inhuman experiments. Orochimaru didn't just recruit Kabuto, he rebuilt him. Piece by piece, lie by lie, until the boy's soul belonged to him. And years later, we ended up with Sage Kabuto, the dude who literally revived like 50 dead shinobi through Edo Tensei during the Fourth Great Ninja War. A monster built by another monster. Joining and betraying Akatsuki. At one point, Orochimaru actually joined Akatsuki, the most dangerous crew of rogue shinobi in the entire world. Each member was a monster in their own right, and Orochimaru fit right in. He got paired up with Sasori, the puppet master, a genius who could turn human bodies into deadly weapons. While he was with Akatsuki, Orochimaru brought insane value to the group. His deep knowledge of ninjutsu, forbidden arts, and biological experiments made him a total powerhouse behind the scenes. He helped with intelligence missions, strategy, and weapon development. On paper, he was loyal. But in reality, he was just using Akatsuki as a playground for his experiments, a place with resources, protection, and zero moral rules. Then Itachi Uchiha joined the organization, and that's when everything changed. The moment Orochimaru saw that kid's Sharingan, his obsession kicked into overdrive. That dojutsu was perfection to him. It could copy techniques, cast mind-breaking genjutsu, and track movement with godlike precision. And Orochimaru wanted it. He plotted to use his forbidden jutsu, living corpse reincarnation, the technique that lets you transfer your soul into another body, to take Itachi's body for himself. He literally planned to become Itachi. But Itachi was 10 steps ahead. When Orochimaru made his move, Itachi instantly countered. Using the Sharingan, he trapped Orochimaru in an unescapable genjutsu, completely overpowering him. Orochimaru couldn't even finish his technique. The fight ended fast. Itachi cut off his left arm, leaving him crippled and humiliated. Defeated and furious, Orochimaru bailed from Akatsuki, ending his ties with the group. But that exit didn't go quietly. Sasori, his old partner, wasn't about to let him go unpunished. He used a mind control technique on Kabuto, turning him into a spy to track Orochimaru. Of course, the snake found out and reversed it. He completely broke Sasori's control and twisted Kabuto's mind instead, turning him into his own loyal servant. And when Sasori came after him again, Orochimaru flexed something new. He tested out his forbidden reanimation jutsu. Summoning, impure world reincarnation. He tried summoning the third Kazekage to fight Sasori's puppet version of the same man, but the technique was still unstable. The Kazekage broke free from Orochimaru's control and snapped the summoning contract. Even when he lost, Orochimaru learned something new. Every defeat just fueled his next horrific experiment. That's how the man worked. Fail, adapt, and come back even more dangerous. Founding Otogakure and manipulating subordinates. After ditching Konoha and Akatsuki, Orochimaru built Otogakure, the hidden sound village, straight out of his network of secret bases. This wasn't just a village, it was a hub for his insane biological and ninjutsu experiments, a factory for power expansion, and a base for his quest for immortality. To staff it, Orochimaru recruited outcasts and troubled shinobi, people who'd been rejected or had messy pasts. He didn't just hire them, he manipulated them psychologically to ensure complete loyalty. Take Kimimaro, for example. Orochimaru found him as the last survivor of the Kaguya clan, brought him to Otogakure, and forcibly implanted the cursed seal to control him. He then threw these subordinates into crazy dangerous missions, like invading Konoha or defending his experimental labs. Many, including the Sound Four, died on these missions because the risks were insanely high. Otogakure functioned like a militarized organization, training shinobi for Orochimaru's goals, gathering intel, executing human experiments, and enforcing his twisted agenda. But let's be real, Orochimaru never cared about them. To him, they were just expendable soldiers. Die? Whatever. He had zero sympathy. No village ninja in history got manipulated like this. And yet somehow, Orochimaru even sent his ninja to the Chunin exams, bending the rules like a total cheat. Otogakure wasn't a normal village, it was his personal army, and he ran it coldly, ruthlessly, and brilliantly. The Eight Tails Rampage. So here's the wild part. Orochimaru straight up snuck into the hidden cloud village in disguise. Man literally transformed himself into a random Kumo shinobi just to slip past their insanely tight security. That snake sneaked in and infiltrated the place like it was nothing. Once inside, he went after Blue Bee, the Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails, pretending to be his personal doctor. Totally calm, totally calculated. During treatment, Orochimaru cooked up this special drug, not a real medicine, but a genjutsu-laced concoction disguised as medical pills. Bro literally made hypnosis in capsule form. He then convinced Blue Bee to take it, and the moment Blue Bee did, boom, his mind got hijacked. Dude completely lost control over the Eight Tails inside him. The beast broke free, went absolutely berserk, and caused total chaos across Kamogakure. Buildings destroyed, shinobi running for their lives, it was a full-blown nightmare. The rampage ended with Blue Bee dead, along with 8 cloud ninjas. And what did Orochimaru do? He used the chaos as his cover, of course. While everyone else was trying to survive, he quietly collected one of the Eight Tails' broken horns, a super rare piece of chakra material. On top of that, he also grabbed DNA samples from Blue Bee's body. These samples became a huge part of his later experiments, studying tailed beast chakra, testing how to fuse that power into humans. It was all part of Orochimaru's long-term plan, his sick, obsessive mission to reach ultimate power, no matter how many people had to die for it. Killing and impersonating the 4th Kazekage Orochimaru straight up murdered the 4th Kazekage of Sunagakure, yeah, the actual leader of the Sand Village, and then used his creepy transformation skills to literally steal the man's face and take his place. For a while, he completely ran Sunagakure, manipulating their military and political decisions like some twisted puppet master. His main goal was to set up the perfect conditions for his grand plan, the invasion of Konoha, while also using the alliance between Sunagakure and the Akatsuki to push his own selfish, insane agenda. During his time pretending to be the Kazekage, Orochimaru ordered missions, shifted policies, and quietly drove the whole village into chaos. Under his fake leadership, Sunagakure got weaker, unstable, and totally open to being exploited. His actions didn't just kill one of the most important leaders in the ninja world, they ripped apart the internal balance of the Sand Village, sparking chaos once people found out the truth. Attacking Konoha and killing the third Hokage, Orochimaru pulled off one of the most devastating attacks in ninja history, a full-scale assault on Konoha during the Chunin exams. He teamed up with Otogakure, the Sound Village, and a manipulated Tsunagakure, the Sand Village. After killing and impersonating the fourth Kazekage, he bent the Sand Village to his will, forcing them to join the alliance. That included Gaara, Temari, and Kankuro, alongside Orochimaru's own elite warriors from Sound, the Sound Four, and Kimimaro. The plan was totally meticulous. Orochimaru deployed teams to cause chaos, sabotage Konoha's infrastructure, and weaken the village's defenses from the inside. He personally faced his old master, Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi, in the heart of Konoha. He pulled out all the stops, using reanimation jutsu, Ito Tensei, to bring back the first Hokage Hashirama and second Hokage Tobirama, resurrecting them in living bodies to overwhelm Hiruzen. This wasn't some random stunt. It required DNA Orochimaru had stolen long ago and a complex ritual loaded with high-level chakra and seals. On top of that, he wielded the legendary Kusanagi sword and summoned snakes to supercharge his attacks. Hiruzen fought like an absolute legend, but even he couldn't handle Orochimaru plus 2 resurrected Hokage. In the end, he had no choice but to sacrifice himself. Using the dead demon-consuming seal, Hiruzen trapped Hashirama and Tobirama's souls and simultaneously cut off Orochimaru's 2 arms, seriously crippling the snake. The aftermath, Konoha was devastated. Large parts of the village lay in ruins, many shinobi were dead, and Hiruzen's death left a massive leadership vacuum. The village had to scramble for a new Hokage and restructure its forces. Meanwhile, Tsunagakure discovered Orochimaru was faking being their Kazekage and pulled out of the alliance, creating tense fallout with Konoha. For Orochimaru, losing both arms was a huge blow. He had to find a new body to keep going. But the attack solidified his global threat status, proving to all the hidden villages that he was an insanely dangerous villain who could strike anywhere at any time. Creating Shin Uchiha, Orochimaru went full mad scientist mode and performed a crazy experiment. He grafted first Hokage Hashirama Senju's cells onto the right arm of Shin Uchiha, a subject he either created himself or just used as a living research tool. Hashirama's cells weren't just ordinary. They're famous for insane regeneration and the power of wood release. Orochimaru used them to supercharge Shin's arm, which already had a Sharingan, giving crazy observational skills, genjutsu power, and high-level combat awareness. The process was totally complex. Orochimaru mixed advanced biological modification, forbidden medical ninjutsu, and high-level sealing techniques to fuse 2 insanely rare powers into one arm. After finishing, he grafted the arm onto Danzō Shimura, the root leader, giving him the combined force of Sharingan plus Hashirama cells to push Root's strategic goals. Meanwhile, Shin Uchiha had zero choice in all of this. He was treated purely as a lab experiment. No consent, nothing. The graft carried massive risks, chakra imbalance, permanent bodily damage, and general instability because Hashirama's cells were too powerful for a regular human. And, as history shows, this experiment didn't just end there. Shin eventually became a side villain in the Boruto era, proving Orochimaru's twisted work can haunt the ninja world for generations. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.